Hello. Um, for the three of the following teaching performance expectations that I chose number one, applied knowledge of students, including the prior experiences, interests, and social emotional learning needs, as well as their funds of knowledge and cultural language and socio-economic backgrounds to engage them in learning. I also chose number four, monitor student learning and adjust instruction while teaching so that students continue to be actively engaged. And the last one I chose is to demonstrate knowledge of subject matter, including the adopted California state standards and curriculum frameworks. I chose these three because to me, they all seem to relate to each other and coexist together. Um, just as um, in our lesson plans, we are able to input the social emotional learning as as our lesson relates to real world um, activities. Whether last summer Black Lives Matter was a major social justice, it definitely appeared to be a big part of physical education and physical activity. Professional sports took a big part of it. One of the things I want to promise myself is just to know that I am challenging the students, that I didn't give up on them by making my lessons too easy, or as we mentioned when we read um, the Hall of Shame articles, just rolling out the ball and opening up the newspaper. It's definitely not the teacher I want to be. So I definitely want to keep my students engaged at all times by even developing different lesson plans that might relate more closely to different cultures, whether it's Asian background, Hispanics, African Americans, even Europeans. They can all every, all my students can benefit from learning from different areas of the world. I also want to make sure that I am closely familiar with the knowledge of the California content standards, as well as um, different ways for professional development, just to be able to mold myself to a better teacher, and always want more. It's important to not think that I know everything. Conversation I've had with Dr. Dom about winging lesson plans. It's not something that that it's ever um, expected, nor would I want to be able to wing a lesson plan. It's just a difficult process. Um, so I think with um, these three different teaching performance expectations, um, I can develop a goal to be able to reach all these. With number one, number two, and number three um, being that I can volunteer some hours to community service, whether it's a local community service or also being maybe possibly um, help out um, maybe a local high school. I know with COVID going on and cases rising up and down, the opportunities to volunteer at local high schools isn't the easiest. Um, but community service do offer a lot. They community centers do offer a lot of volunteers. I know last semester I was able to do Sacred Heart Community Service, and a lot of the conversations I had with participants there and also former volunteers, I was able to learn a lot more about the culture, about the needs um, of of the social economic backgrounds of many people. Just the struggle of a lot of people not having a proper house to live in, or the the lack of food. You I recently made um, a request for my international experience petition to volunteer for community service. Although that's a required 20 hours, I want to start this fall, maybe even this summer, and start my hours, start just volunteering hours, not not as a collection, but just to donate my time, help out help out my local community, especially since I want to teach at one of the local high schools around here, and that's definitely one of the goals that I can definitely do now, and pursue the opportunity, possibly observe one of the local high school PE classes to see just the daily routine that they go through.